Auto DM funnel to explode your Instagram account. So what it is basically you're using automation to create high engagement and also to capture leads. So there are small accounts. I've literally seen accounts with almost no following that are getting hundreds of thousands of views, absolutely insane engagement. By the way, I have created a document of 50 best growth hacks used by the biggest marketers out there. Check the link below. So there are quite a few different steps here, but basically you want to start out with creating a lead magnet. And this can be, let's say, a case study. It can be a database, tutorial, you're providing different assets. There's a bunch of different stuff, and I actually created the ultimate guide how to create a lead magnet. So check out the description. I'll leave links for that where it goes step by step, basically an SOP, how you create the best converting lead magnet. So once you got your lead magnet done, the next step is you want to basically post a post with a CTA. So the way this looks is, first of all, you need some sort of good hook to hook your audience. Then you explain what is within this lead magnet that you are giving away. And then you need to comment a specific keyword, or sorry, you need to ask people to comment that keyword. So basically, one tip here as well is that you don't want to say something general, because some people might just leave that general comment. Like, let's say you are talking about you're an email marketing niche and the keyword is email marketing. Some people might just put that keyword. So you want to say something specific, but this is basically to trigger the automation. I'm going to discuss this a little bit later. And then also you want to ask people to be following you, because if people don't follow you, you will not be able to DM them, because here you are sending out the lead magnet to their DMs using the automation. So they have to follow you in order for you to be able to do that. And then also, depending on where exactly you're using this, you can ask for a like, a retweet, reshare, whatever it is. This is something that you can't really track, but you can ask people, and other people might do this either way, and that's going to help you to boost that engagement even more. So a quick example here is one of my tweets. So I reverse engineered, this is basically my hook. I reverse engineered 50 best growth hacks used by the biggest business people. If you want it, like, retweet, and comment. So here I have my specific keyword, comment 50 marketing, and I'll send it to you for free. In the brackets here, I say you must be following, so I can actually message you. So as you can see, I actually didn't do an explanation here, because the hook kind of already had the explanation what is within the lead magnet. And actually, if I'm doing this by itself, because you can attach this to your already existing content, or you can do this separately. If I'm doing this separately, I might have like an image or like a video explaining or showcasing what is within the lead magnet. Again, I'll try to leave some examples in the SOPs. I don't want to make this too long going through a bunch of different examples, but if you want, I'll leave some examples so you can study a little bit better of how this looks like, or just go to some of my accounts and see what I'm doing. But basically here, the trick is that the more comments you get, and comments for most of the social media platforms is one of the main things that helps you to boost your engagement, especially when it comes to, let's say, Twitter, when it comes to Instagram. Works really well on LinkedIn, because when someone comments on your post, then all of their connections are going, well, not all of them, but a lot of their connections are going to see your post. So you can really have this viral type of spread like back in the day it used to be on Facebook. So more engagement, basically more comments equals it's being pushed to more people. By the way, I created a blueprint for the best business model out there, so check the description. So now let's talk automations. So when it comes to automations, basically there are certain softwares, and I will leave all of the links of the softwares that I use. I actually have some special discounts for them and bonuses. But basically the automation, once someone comments that specific keyword, and actually you can set it up in a few different ways, but the point here is that it triggers a message with the freebie. So you don't need to do anything, because obviously you can do this manually, but what this does, let's say if someone comments and you are not on, let's say you're on your Instagram or your Twitter, you're not there right away, it's going to take some time to actually deliver that. Whereas within the automation, it delivers it instantly, so people don't need to wait, and you hit them right there and then while they're still fresh. Because if you message them a day later, they might actually even forget why you are sending this, and it might look like spam. So it's great to just take that action instantly. And also, honestly, it just saves a bunch of time, because you don't need to, obviously you can outsource this to your VA, but you might as well just get a software and get this done automatically. It's actually going to end up being cheaper than outsourcing this, especially if you're going to get a ton and a ton of comments, which hopefully you are going to do. And by the way, when it comes to these automation softwares, I'm not gonna go in depth right now, but they actually provide a lot of different features that, aside just from this strategy, can really help you. So for example, let's say you can send people to a landing page where you collect their email address, because I would suggest you usually collect an email address. Obviously you can just send a freebie and that's it for the engagement, but also some of these softwares, basically they will allow you to collect emails within the DMs. So basically there's an automated message, they ask for the email address, and that you can set it up in a way it's going to be directly put into your email database. So you don't need to do anything. You don't need to have that extra step where someone goes to your opt-in page. Also, you can set up different follow-ups. So again, this is a great time saver and can help you so much with your engagement, or if you want to sell some sort of products. Basically, you can just set up a follow-up asking them how they found the freebie, whether they had used it, whatever, or you can set up some other automations to just increase engagement. And this is all automated, so you don't need to put in any extra work, but you can generate so much more engagement and so many more sales. So you can create a whole basically sales funnel, as sort of like what I mentioned, and you can do story mentions. So this is just, you don't just have to do it on your posts with Instagram. For example, if you post a story, also let's say if someone mentions you, that can be a trigger if someone puts specific word and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different automations that you can set up. And again, I'm not gonna go into this whole thing, but basically you can set up, okay, if they're giving you their email address, what happens then, and you have the different taggings and the different triggers and different steps with different replies, so on and so forth. So there's a bunch of really cool automation that you can set up for your business that it's just honestly stupid not to do it. All right, now let me actually show you an example before I proceed to the next step. So this is just, actually this is the first screenshot I just grabbed, and there's a bunch. I will include some examples in the SOP that I'm giving you away for free. But as you can see, for example, this person, they actually only have less than 7,000 followers on their Twitter. And they just created a little, I've written this, well, after so many DMs from my last thread, I've created a script to remonetize 99% of YouTube channels. It has worked on 17 out of 18 appeals we've done for the next 72 hours. And there are some things as well I will include in the SOP, but there are certain little tricks that you can, here you're creating basically FOMO, so it expires. You can also, one pretty good one is that you can say, hey, usually this is a product that I'm selling, and you can say this is the price, whatever, like $100 that they sell it, but for the next 24 hours it's completely free. So you're really creating a lot of FOMO with that. So I'll send it to you for free. Follow, blah blah blah, reply, appeal, and as you can see, with almost no followers, this is getting 42,000 in engagement. And this is actually not even, this is just first screenshot I captured, but I've seen way crazier results. And this is on Twitter, works really well on Instagram as well. I've seen people with just under 10,000 followers getting hundreds of thousands of views on their reels with a super simple setup like this. So now let's go to the other step, that is the little bonus. So what this is basically what I like to do to take it to the next level is I like to cross-platform growth. So basically what I mean by this is I lead people from one platform to another platform. So what I mean is that, for example, let's say there are certain places where this strategy doesn't really work, if that makes sense. So let's say if I want to use this on my YouTube videos, or I want to use this on my blog, or perhaps I want to use this in my emails, what I do is, and actually if you go under this video, there is going to be a specific keyword that you can go on my Instagram or Twitter, and if you leave, or LinkedIn, I will see, it kind of depends. I do it differently on different platforms for different things. So there is a whole strategy that you can go into, you know, how to do this. But either way, there's going to be a keyword that if you go, let's say on my Instagram, you leave that keyword, I'm going to send you a whole SOP of how exactly you go about doing this whole thing step by step with different examples and all of that. So something that actually provides you a lot of value. So hopefully that's enough of an incentive. And here now, you know, what I'm doing is from my YouTube video or my blog or my email, I'm sending people to my other social medias, and they have real incentive to do that. And not only I'm sending them there, I'm getting people to engage, so then that my content is going to get pushed more. They are going to follow me on those different platforms, and actually because they engage with my content, they are going to be shown it quite a bit as well. So I have a little here example as well. Usually this is my little YouTube description, or a comment that I leave under some of my videos where I have basically bonuses. So for a lot of the softwares that I use and I recommend other people, I usually have some sort of discounts that I have agreed with the companies to provide to my audience, but also I usually have some sort of bonuses as well. So basically in here, this was for outsourcing. So if you want to hire a virtual assistant or whatever, basically I give out my, let me see, the screenshot might not be updated, but oh no, here we go. So yeah, so basically you sign up with my affiliate link, and well, here I have two different options. You can send me an email, but also to make it super easy for you is what you can do is you can just go on my Instagram, and on any of my posts you can just put the comment outsourcing template, and then I will give you my outsourcing template. Basically that's going to make it way easier for you to hire people online. And I do ask to provide proof and stuff like that, but anyway, this is just a little example of how I use to get people from one platform to another. So as I mentioned, you can use this on a bunch of different platforms. This works really well on Twitter, really well on Instagram, LinkedIn. It has actually crazy organic traffic still. Even on Facebook, I've seen people absolutely killing this. Especially you can do this in different groups. That works really well. Again, I will try to leave some more information. Don't want to make this too long, but hopefully you found this useful. And as I said, check out the description, I'll leave a bunch of different tools and what not for you if you want to execute this.